You know, there's an old adage in college football. If you can make a statement against your rival, do it. And in Jacksonville, Florida, this weekend at the world's largest outdoor cocktail party, Georgia is going to make a statement against Florida. Now, Florida comes into this game with a record of 4-3. They're fifth in the SEC East. They've had a disappointing season. Not a horrible season, but a disappointing season under first-year coach Billy Napier. Georgia, meanwhile, comes in ranked number 1, and they haven't looked quite as dominant in the second half of the season as they did in the first half. They have something to prove in this game, and prove it they will. Saturday rolls around in Jacksonville. I see Georgia winning by a score of 42-17 over Florida. We move to Friday, East Carolina at BYU. BYU has kind of slid. They've backslid in the second half of the season. Expect the Cougars to come out on top 31-14 Friday night. Getting into the early Saturday action in the SEC, Arkansas at Auburn. At this point, it's pretty much a given that Brian Harsin will not be the coach of Auburn next season. Having said that, though, I think Auburn finds a way to win at home. They beat Arkansas 26-21. Georgia Tech at FSU. Georgia Tech tried to institute a culture change. I don't know if that's going to work or not. In this particular game, though, I see Florida State winning 18-13. Notre Dame at Syracuse. Even though Syracuse came up short at Clemson, they received a lot of national respect. I think they win at home against Notre Dame by a score of 27-24. The big game in the Big Ten Saturday, Ohio State at Penn State. A lot of people believe this was the year Penn State was going to win the Big Ten. That doesn't appear like it's going to happen. And on this game, I see Ohio State just being too much for the Nittany Lions. The Buckeyes win 35-17 at Happy Valley. Moving to the Big 12, Oklahoma at Iowa State. Iowa State, one of those teams that you never can tell what they're going to do. They are notoriously tough, especially at home. In this matchup, I see the Cyclones winning 23-20 over the Sooners. Staying in the Big 12, TCU at West Virginia. West Virginia, a program in complete chaos. TCU ranked in the top 10. They look to be for real. Expect the Horned Frogs to win big, 45-21 in Morgantown. Staying in the Big 12 gauntlet, we have Oklahoma State at Kansas State. I see the ball bouncing the way of the Wildcats. I've got Kansas State winning 34-31 over Oklahoma State in a very close matchup. Moving to the Pac-12, Oregon at Cal. This one won't even be close. Expect the Ducks to win 45-13 in Berserkly. Going to the SEC, Kentucky at Tennessee. People starting to get on the Tennessee bandwagon for the first time in well over 15 years. In this matchup, I expect the Volunteers to win at home 34-21 over the Wildcats of Kentucky. Ole Miss at Texas A&M. Is there a bigger dumpster fire in college football than Texas A&M? The Aggie faithful are up in arms, and for good reason. There is no excuse whatsoever for this poor of a performance from Texas A&M, not with all the talent that they have on that team. Expect Ole Miss to bounce back this week with a 37-24 win over the Aggies in College Station. If you're a fan of shootouts, you will love Baylor at Texas Tech, because that is exactly what this is going to be. It will be PlayStation football. Expect Tech to win at home once again by a score of 56-48 over the Baylor Bears. Michigan and Michigan State, one of the best rivalries in college football. To be as highly ranked as they are, Michigan has had some ups and downs this season. I think they find a way to win on the road, though. I see the Wolverines winning 37-33 over Michigan State. Finally, the Pac Nightcap, Pac After Dark, Stanford at UCLA. UCLA coming off a very disappointing shellacking at Oregon last week. I see the Bruins bouncing back at home in front of hundreds and hundreds of their fans. They win by a score of 31-28. Taking a look at last week's record, I was a very average 6-5, improving the overall season record to 62-11. and 30. So hopefully this week will see me get back to form and get the weekly record back up well above the 500 mark. This is Kevin in Texas, and God bless each and every one of you. Enjoy your college football this weekend, and I'll talk to you later.